Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking your time out to watch the videos, and interacting with the videos as well. So in this one, we have an update regarding Shamar Joseph. He has left the Sri Lanka tour early. The Sri Lanka tour comes to an end on Saturday at the third ODI. But Shamar Joseph has already left Sri Lanka. So we're going to be giving you an update on that. And also looking forward to the third ODI, with West Indies already losing the series, two disappointing results. I'm expecting that the team will make some changes. So going to be looking at the possible changes that could be made, and also giving you the viewers and subscribers an opportunity to share in the comment section, what changes would you make for the third ODI? Who would you bring in? Who would you leave out? So definitely share your thoughts in the comment section as it relates to that, to the changes that you would make, if any at all, for the third ODI, right? So, but before I get into the details of the video, just take a quick second to subscribe to the channel if you're new and you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, or if you are familiar with the channel, but for some reason, whatever reason, you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, just hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date when videos are posted. And also hit that like button as well while you're at it. Free and simple way of supporting the channel, but it goes a long way, right? So getting into the details of the video now, right? So I'll start with Shamar Joseph. So Shamar Joseph, he hasn't featured in the first two ODI matches. He did feature in the T20 series, but Cricket West Indies, has released that, he will be leaving Sri Lanka early and returning back to the Caribbean. The England series starts on the 31st of this month. But Shamar Joseph, he's already left Sri Lanka. Personal reasons is the reason given by Cricket West Indies. So, personal reasons could mean anything. So don't want to speculate as to what those personal reasons are. But Shamar Joseph, he won't be taking any further part in the Sri Lanka series. He's returning home due to personal reasons, and hoping that it's nothing too serious, and he will be available for the England series. So that's what I'm hoping for. But when it comes to personal reasons, like I said, it can be anything. So you never know. The England series is just about less than a week away. So depending on what those reasons are, he might or might not be available for the England series as well. Right, but if Shamar is not available, it just leaves the door open for another player to come into the squad, and it leaves an opportunity for another player to come in, and hopefully whoever that player is, he's able to come in and perform well for the team as well. So no Shamar Joseph for the remainder of the Sri Lanka series, but hopefully he'll be ready for the England series. Moving on now to the third ODI, right? So looking ahead to the third ODI, after two dismal performances by the West Indies team, disappointing performances, I must say. Rain affected the first match, right? But the second match, I keep saying test match for some reason, but the second ODI was a disappointing batting performance, especially by the top order. It took some late order heroics from Gudakesh Moti and Strafen Rutherford to get us to a decent total, but Sri Lanka were still able to chase that down with ease, right? So looking at the third ODI, I'd say there definitely needs to be changes made to the team, in my opinion. Especially, well, in both our batting and bowling department, I would say, right? Our batters, have struggled, especially the top order batters. They have struggled against the Sri Lankan spinners. We start in the T20 series, and it's repeating itself in the ODI series as well. So changes definitely need to be made, in the top order. In terms of an opening of the opening position, right? You have Brandon King and Alec Atenes. Atenes, he struggled in the ODI series so far. But when you look at the options, in terms of batters or openers that's in this team, the next option would be Evan Lewis, right? But Evan Lewis also struggled against the Sri Lankan spinners in the T20 series. So would bringing in Evan Lewis make much of a difference? You never know. Evan Lewis on his day, he's able to take on any bowling lineup, but he's had a hard time in Sri Lanka so far facing the spinners, and the pitch at the venue that the third match will be played, is definitely spin friendly. So would bringing in a Evan Lewis be a better option than Alec Atenes. It's touch and go, so that's a possible change. I don't think they'll do anything to Brandon King. Brandon King, even though he hasn't scored runs in the ODI series, he's looked better than Alec Atenes, right? Scoring, I think he scored 16 in the last match, in the last ODI. So I think Brandon King will remain in the lineup. So if there are any changes that will be made to the opening position, it will more than likely be Atenes being replaced by Evan Lewis. Again, is that the best option, considering how Evan Lewis bats against spinners and how he's been struggling against the Sri Lankan spinners? Maybe not, but we just have to wait and see what the West Indian coaching staff, Darren Sammy and his coaching staff, decide to do. Moving further along down the batting lineup now, Casey Carty, he had a decent score. Well, he had a start in the first T20, in the first ODI, and then he lost his wicket. Him batting in that number 3 position, it's questionable again. The entire top order could be changed or can be changed, in my opinion, right? But I think there are certain batters that won't be changed. Shai Hope being the captain batting at number 4, you definitely won't expect Shai Hope to be changed, right? So in terms of the changes that will be made, then it might be a Casey Carty being replaced, in that number 3 position, and maybe promoting Shai Hope to a number 3. But when you look at the squad, in terms of the batters that are available, then it would be the youngster Joel Andrew that would probably come in for Casey Carty if Casey Carty is replaced, right? Giving the youngster an opportunity to debut, and seeing what he's capable of doing. I mean, we already know what he's capable of doing, but we've never seen him bat against this top quality spin bowling lineup in conditions that favor spin bowlers, right? So it would be a good test for Joel Andrew to come in and see if he's able to match up to the test, going up going up against a quality Sri Lankan spin bowling lineup. So that might be a change as well, replacing Casey Carty with Joel Andrew. Definitely let me know in the comment section what you think about that change. Would you bring in Joel Andrew in these conditions to get him his debut and see what he can do, in these conditions. Shai Hope being the captain again, like I said, he definitely won't be changed. Sherfin Rutherford, of course, batting in that number 5 position. He scored 2 half centuries in the series so far, so there won't be any changes there. Rastan Chase, he put on a decent partnership with Rutherford in the first ODI. Didn't score much in the second one, but Rastan Chase is a sure pick in my opinion due to his all-round ability. And the team will definitely need his bowling. Especially considering the fact that Hayden Walsh Jr., his bowling has been terrible so far in the series, right? As a second spin bowling option to Gudakesh Moti. So Ross Sanchez will definitely be needed in the team, for his all-round ability, what he's able to do with the bat, and definitely his being a spin bowling option to the team. So I don't think Ross Sanchez will be changed either. Then you have a Romario Shepherd, struggle with the bat. His bowling, has been so-so, not perfect, but not extremely terrible either. And when you look at the squad makeup, Romario Shepherd might keep his spot, considering I think Romario Shepherd will keep his spot. I do think though Matthew Ford will come into the lineup, replacing Jaden Seals, right? And here's why I think Matthew Ford will come in and replace Jaden Seals, right? So Seals, he's in the team primarily as a bowler, and his bowling in the 2 ODIs that's been played, it's been terrible. To be honest, he's been expensive, hasn't taken any wickets, right? So he's having a hard time adapting to the Sri Lankan conditions, in my opinion, right? And his batting isn't the best, right? So bringing in a Matthew Ford, who has the ability to swing the ball, and he's technically an all-rounder. He's capable of doing something with the bat, right? So so bringing in a Matthew Ford would add a bit of depth to the batting lineup, while replacing Jaden Seals as a bowler. Right, so you're taking out a bowler and bringing in a bowling all-rounder, adding depth to the batting, and with the batting, which has struggled in the series, right? So bringing in a Matthew Ford, can possibly be very beneficial to the team in both the batting and the bowling era. We saw what Borakech Mote did in the second ODI, scoring a half century, once he gave himself time at the crease. So, Matthew Ford being another one of those lower order batsmen or lower order bowlers that can bat, might be something that's worth considering for the team. Right. So Hayden Walsh Jr., I do think he'll be replaced. Who will they replace him with? So he might be the replacement for Matthew Ford. Do they want to go with just two spinners? It in Sri Lanka, it will be touch and go. It'll be interesting to see what Darren Sammy and his team does, his coaching staff does. But definitely share in the comment section, what you would do. Who would you take out and who would you bring in for the third ODI as the West Indies seek to gain a consolation victory in this series? As always, that's all I have for you in this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section. As always, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.